You just signed the paperwork on a brand new car, and you're driving off the lot feeling like $1,000,000. Remember why the salesperson handed you a prepaid maintenance package, and the service manager personally introduced himself before you even left the building? Today, I'll explain how dealership service departments work like you're 5 years old. By the end, you'll understand exactly where your $10,000 goes over the next decade, and how to avoid paying for stuff you don't actually need. Most people think dealerships make their fortune selling cars. That's mostly wrong. New car sales are razor thin. The average dealership makes about 2% profit on a new car sale, sometimes less. Sometimes they actually lose money just to move inventory and hit manufacturer bonuses. But service departments, those print profit margins between 40 and 60%. That oil change you're paying $89 for cost the dealership maybe $25 in parts and labor combined. The rest is pure profit. And unlike car sales, service revenue is predictable, repeatable, and happens year after year with the same customer. A single loyal service customer can generate $15,000 in revenue over a decade. That's why dealerships fight so hard to keep you coming back. This is why dealerships are desperate to get you into the service lane and keep you there. The entire business model shifted decades ago. Selling you the car is just the start. The real game is owning your maintenance relationship for the next 10 years. And they've built an incredibly smart system to make that happen. It starts the moment you buy the car. Free oil changes for 2 years. Complimentary tire rotations. Prepaid maintenance plans that feel like a gift. These aren't gifts at all. They're hooks. They lock you into a pattern of coming back to the dealership instead of going to an independent mechanic down the street. Now here's where it gets clever. That free maintenance creates a psychological anchor. You get used to pulling into that specific service drive. You know the waiting room. You recognize the advisor. You trust the system because you've been there 6 times already. When the free period ends, you don't even think about switching. You just keep coming back because it feels normal. Studies show that customers who visit a dealership 3 or more times for service are 80% more likely to stay for paid maintenance. Dealerships engineer loyalty through repetition, not through being the cheapest or most convenient option. They're banking on inertia, keeping you in their system long after the freebies end. Breaking this pattern could save you thousands. Then comes the fear factor. Dealerships love to whisper about warranties. They'll tell you that using an independent mechanic could void your warranty if something goes wrong. That's mostly nonsense. Federal law says you can use any mechanic as long as they use the correct parts and follow manufacturer guidelines. The Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act protects your right to choose where you get service. But most people don't know that. So they stick with the dealership out of fear, paying double or triple what an independent shop would charge for the exact same work. The dealership wins because your fear is worth thousands of dollars to them. Let's talk about what you're actually paying for. Dealership labor rates run between $150 and $200 per hour in most markets. Independent mechanics charge $80 to $120 for the same work. Why the gap? Dealerships will say it's because their techs are factory trained and use original equipment parts. And sometimes that matters for complex repairs or new model diagnostics. But most of the time, you're paying a premium for the dealership's overhead. The giant building, the free coffee, the shuttle service, and those profit margins the owner needs to hit. Independent shops do the same work with the same skill level for way less money. That labor rate difference means a $400 dealership brake job costs $220 at an independent shop. But here's the real moneymaker for dealerships: book hours. When you bring your car in for brake work, the dealership doesn't charge you for the actual time it takes. They charge you based on what the manufacturer's manual says that job should take. If the book says brake pads are a 2-hour job, but the tech finishes in 45 minutes, you still pay for 2 hours at $175 per hour. That's $350 in labor for less than an hour of actual work. Multiply that across dozens of jobs every single day, and you see why service departments are pure gold. An experienced tech can complete 3 2-hour jobs in a single 4-hour shift. You're paying for 6 hours, while the dealership only pays wages for 4. Now check this out because parts markups get absolutely wild. Dealerships mark up parts by 60% to 120% on average. That cabin air filter they want to replace for $65, it costs them $12. You can buy the exact same filter on Amazon for $18 and pop it in yourself in 90 seconds. That engine air filter for $55, $8 wholesale. Wiper blades for $40, $6. The markup isn't illegal or even unusual in retail, but it adds up fast when you're not paying attention. A single service visit with recommended filters and fluids can include $200 in pure markup alone. The biggest profit generators are services you don't actually need very often. Brake fluid flush, transmission fluid flush, fuel induction cleaning, throttle body service, coolant flush. These aren't scams exactly, but dealerships push them way more aggressively than necessary. A brake fluid flush might be recommended every 3 years or 30,000 miles. But your service advisor will suggest it every visit, just to see if you'll buy. If you say yes, that's another $150 to $200 in profit for work that takes 20 minutes. Some dealerships have internal service menus that advisors must pitch regardless of actual vehicle need. This matters because dealerships train service advisors to upsell aggressively. They have quotas. They get bonuses based on how much they sell beyond basic maintenance. Some advisors earn an extra $500 to $1,000 per month just from upsells. So when your advisor says your car needs a cabin filter, a fuel system cleaning, and new wiper blades, they're not necessarily lying, but they're definitely not telling you that 2 of those 3 things can wait 6 months or be done way cheaper somewhere else. Their paycheck depends on you saying yes. So what should you actually do? First, read your owner's manual, not the service advisor's recommendation. Your manual tells you exactly what needs to happen and when. Oil changes, tire rotations, brake inspections, fluid changes are all spelled out by the engineers who built your car. Stick to that schedule and ignore the rest unless something is actually broken. Second, use the dealership strategically. Warranty work? Absolutely go to the dealer. Recalls? Dealer only. Complex electrical problems or transmission issues? The dealer's diagnostic tools are sometimes worth the premium. But oil changes, brakes, tires, and basic maintenance? An independent shop will save you 40 to 60% for identical results. Third, buy your own parts for simple stuff. Filters, wipers, bulbs take minutes to replace and cost a fraction of dealer prices when you buy them yourself. Watch one YouTube video and you'll never pay dealer markup on an air filter again. Fourth, ask questions and push back. If your advisor recommends a service, ask why. Ask when it was last done. Ask what happens if you wait. Good advisors will respect the questions. Pushy ones will back off when they realize you're informed. Document your service history so you know exactly what's been done and when. Here's what you need to understand about the bigger picture. Dealerships aren't evil. They're running a business. Service departments keep the lights on and pay for everything else. But you don't have to be the ATM that funds their profit margins. The average car owner spends over $10,000 at the dealership over 10 years of ownership. Half of that is probably unnecessary or overpriced. That's $5,000 back in your pocket just for paying attention and making smarter choices about where and when you service your car. For a family with 2 cars, that's $10,000 in savings over a decade. The system is built to keep you coming back and paying premium prices out of habit and fear. But once you understand how it works, you take back control. Use the dealership when it makes sense. Skip it when it doesn't. Know what your car actually needs versus what someone is trying to sell you. And remember that the service department needs you way more than you need them. Every empty service bay is lost profit they can never recover. So here's the real question. Will you keep feeding the dealership service lane thousands of dollars out of convenience and fear? Or will you take control of your maintenance decisions and keep that money working for you?